you wearing?
A cape.
Why?
Well, what was the last Star Wars movie we saw?
We made fun of Lando for having that closet.
Yeah, but capes are actually kind of awesome.
You know what?
What?
I'm not even gonna get into this with you. I've got my dog right here protecting me. He wanted a close up on the camera. He would not stop getting in front of it, so I let it go. And I'm gonna let this go too. So let's just move on, talk about our topic. And yeah.
Wait, I have a present for you too, Dragon.
Oh no, what?
Wait here.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm kind of afraid now.
Oh, come on, it's not bad, I promise you.
You say that.
For you.
Oh. You got me one too.
It's your favorite color.
True.
Put it on?
Why?
Please?
Why?
Because it's got something that you like.
What?
Look for yourself.
Oh. I'm not even sure which is the top. Oh, here it is. Here's the tag. Oh, it has a hood.
Yes.
Okay, that does make it a bit cooler than the ones Lando had. But why do I have to wear it?
Please?
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm gonna go put it on. You talk about our topic. I'll be right back.
All right. And Cody's gonna follow her. So,
He likes me more than you.
hello audience. Welcome back to our channel. It's time for the final video for Star Wars month. Sadly. But today we're gonna get into the sequel trilogy. And before we start, since the sequel trilogy isn't finished, the next film is set to come out December of 2019. We're not going to be talking about one of the big characters, so Rey and Kylo Ren are out, and so are Finn and Poe. So today we're going to be talking about someone who we saw in the Force Awakens and in Return of the Jedi and
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. I'm sorry, the names are so similar. The Last Jedi. So today, we will be talking about Captain Phasma.
I am back. And I'm wearing the cape. Are you happy now?
Yes, and it looks good on you. Should I put the hood up too?
Do what you want. I just like wearing hoods. So I'm wearing one. She is very strange. I indulge her a lot.
I kind of feel like we should be going to the Hellfire Club.
You keep saying that.
Look, this is what they would traditionally wear.
Okay.
But you know what? This video is not about history, and
Or the X-Men.
yeah, we're not talking about the X-Men either, so back to Star Wars. So like I said, today we'll be talking about Captain Phasma. Now, another thing I should tell you, she did get her own comic book. I have not read it yet, and Dragon has not either. So, again, what I'm going off of is mainly from episode 8 and episode 7, and from what I could find on Wikipedia about her. So, again, if anything's wrong, I'm sorry. So, like any Star Wars video, we're going to start with some background information about Captain Phasma. So, Captain Phasma was born on the planet of Pensasso. I'm sorry if I butchered that horribly.
Names are hard, especially in Star Wars. Because most of them are made up.
But she was part of an unknown clan until she was older. She and her brother, yes, she had a brother, his name was Keldo, joined a gang called the Sky, I believe they were called. or the ski. Again, well, no, not the ski. Again, Star Wars. Names are hard to pronounce. And when she joined this gang, she actually ordered the death of both of her parents. And
Such a loving daughter.
yes. And Keldo, her brother, she stabbed him in the foot.
And a very wonderful sister.
So yeah, not the best relationship with her family, as you can tell from that. But eventually, while she was still a member of this gang, she would meet Hux, who we all know as that red-headed general of the First Order.
He's apparently an illegitimate child.
Is he really?
I read that somewhere.
And she would eventually prove her skills as a warrior to Hux, and eventually that would lead her to becoming a stormtrooper and
Climbing up the ranks.
and
And now she
becoming,
wears chrome and not white like everybody else. So she's easy to tell apart in the crowd.
yeah. So the next time when she's Captain Phasma, which is when we get into The Force Awakens, 30 years after Return of the Jedi, we first see her on the planet of Jakku along with Kylo Ren,
And a bunch of other stormtroopers, including Finn.
who at the time was just FN 1287.
And she refers to him as that in like every scene they share.
But we see her and the clone troopers basically destroying the village, killing all the people there. And then they're back on Starkiller Base, which honestly is just a copy of the Death Star.
They do a lot of Death Star copies, which I'm fine with because they're all kind of badass.
Yeah. But anyways, so we see her there. We see her communicating with Finn Moore, who is still a stormtrooper at this time, and
She has him sent to reconditioning because he doesn't exactly do his job. And then they see each other again next on a First Order base, and there's this funny bit with Han where he has her thrown into a garbage chute, which is a callback to A New Hope.
yep, and
Did I-
shortly after that, Starkiller Base is destroyed, yet Phasma, she manages to escape somehow.
No idea how, because she shows up in the next film. Although I read somewhere that apparently that mostly happened because the cast enjoyed acting with her actress so much, they brought her back.
And fun fact for anyone who's a Game of Thrones fan, her actress is actually the same actress who plays Brienne of Tar on Game of Thrones, so little fun fact there for you.
So
She's another badass fighter.
so
Just for the wrong side.
The next time we see her, it's in The Last Jedi, and it's where she essentially has, well, she puts in the order anyway for Finn and Rose to be executed. It doesn't happen. She and Finn get into a bit of a beat down, and it ultimately leads to her death. So
Yep.
we doubt that we'll see her in the next film, but this is Star Wars, so anything's really possible. So that's basically her story.
Yes, as you can tell, it's a bit shorter because we only see her in 2 movies.
Yeah, we don't really get much from her, in all honesty.
Will we get more of her in the comic? I'm sure we get a lot more.
But, you know,
Well,
not everyone reads the comics, so that's not the same thing. So, as per usual, we're going to separate the rest of the video into, does she work as a character? Does she work as a Star Wars character in particular? And do we like her as a character? So for does she work as a character? Yeah, she's not annoying. When she comes on the screen for however long, I don't think, oh, please let her leave. So, you know, she doesn't bother me. She's actually like a fan favorite character, I think. So she's got a lot of love from the fans, lots of merchandise. So nothing about her doesn't really work. So the next up is, does she work as a Star Wars character? Again, yes. It's nice to get a stormtrooper who's badass, because in the original trilogy,
The stormtroopers, they were just kind of in the background. Did they?
and there's that joke that they can't hit anything with their blasters.
Yeah, but we're pretty sure we saw her hit a lot of things.
Yes. So at the very least, she's an improvement in fighting skills, because again, there's that running joke. Like there's T-shirts of it. There's a lot of things of it that's like, you graduate from the Imperial Academy, you can't shoot very well. So, and then she's one of the few female villains we've gotten from Star Wars, because there have been other female villains, like in Clone Wars we had Asajj Ventress, for example. She was the biggest one. But in the movies, they're very absent. All of the main villains have been male. And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's just,
I'm not saying there should be female ones. I'm just saying it's noticeable now when there is. And she's a departure from a lot of what other female villains are depicted as. Because a lot of them, they're cunning and manipulative.
and very sneaky.
And Phasma's like up front with her menacingness.
Yeah.
You know, so she's like, she doesn't shy around the fact that she'll punch you in the face if she's gotta, or she'll kill you, or do anything. So it's a nice change of pace, because she's very menacing. You get nervous when you see her, and it's not because you don't know what she's gonna do, it's because you do know what she's gonna do.
Which brings us to our third point. Do we personally like her? Do you?
You go first.
You want me to go first? Okay. I do like her. I mean, she's not my favorite, I will say, but I do like her for a few of the reasons that Dragon just said. She's not what you would expect from a female villain. She's ruthless, she's up front, she'll let you know that she's gonna punch you in the face, and
Or
she...
stab you in the foot, apparently. She's
Yeah.
done that.
Seriously, her own brother.
I mean,
Okay, we don't know what Keldo did, but...
no.
Honestly, and I think that really shows that how strong she is, and that she's, I guess in a sense, even fearless. She knows what she has to do. She knows she has duties to execute. So, and she will do it. And like Dragon also said, a lot of female villains, they're cunning, they're very sneaky, manipulative, and she's not. So I think seeing a female villain who doesn't really fall under that category is a great change.
It's refreshing. I mean, there's no better way to depict a villain, in all honesty, you know, in specific. It's just how it's really portrayed in the specific project that can make or break it. So it's not that being up front is better, it's just right now it's the lesser used one, so it's a bit more interesting to watch. So now my opinion of her, I know it's not the most popular, but I don't like her all that much. It's not that I dislike her either, it's just I don't feel strongly about her either way. And again, I know she's a fan favorite character, and I get why people would like her. It's just, again, I don't feel strongly about her either way. I don't like her, I don't dislike her. Would the movie be changed if she wasn't there? Yes, of course. She's a big part in Finn's growth, and it's nice to get a character for him to have a more personal antagonistic relationship with, because to him, I suppose in a way she represents the First Order more than Kylo Ren or Snoke, because she's who he personally interacted with.
I mean, look at her last line to him. You're scum. And what does Finn reply with?
Rebel scum, which is awesome. by the way. But so again, it's nice that he has, you know, a more personal enemy. But so I do think the movie would be lesser without her. But just on her own merits, she doesn't really interest me. And again, I don't dislike her either.
Because it was nice to see a stormtrooper who could actually do something.
Yes, that was very, very good. But again, I don't dislike her. I don't like her. I'm just the middle ground, and I get that's not a common opinion or a popular one. But you know, it's how I feel. And I'm not gonna gush about a character when I don't really have anything to gush about. So, I'm sorry if that offends you. It's just my opinion, and I do understand though why people like her so much. I get it. I just don't personally feel it. So that's all I got to say about Captain Phasma.
And I've already told you why I do like her, so I guess that pretty much covers everything for her because, like we said, she's only in the first 2 movies
And
of
she's
the
not in them
sequel
a whole lot
trilogy.
either. She's there for a couple of scenes in The Last Jedi, and for only a bit more in The Force Awakens. So we can't really say too much about her, unfortunately. But that's what fan fiction's for, so go crazy with that.
Do you know how many fan fictions I've seen with her in it where everyone's calling her Brienne because that's the name of her character in Game of Thrones?
I'm assuming a lot.
Yeah. Is Phasma her real name? We don't know.
Probably, but she could have changed it. That is a thing that sometimes happens. But I think we've said all we can say about her.
Yep.
So, may the Force be with you. Have a nice day. And the next time we film a video, it will be for a brand new topic. Unfortunately, we have not decided if it's going to be a book, a movie, a TV show, let alone which one in specific yet.
Yeah, but we hope you guys enjoyed Star Wars Month.
Yes, because we certainly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to go and take off the cape because we're done.
Well, go do that, so I guess I'll finish our sign off. Like she said, may the Force be with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter and Tumblr. It's the same as our channel name, Fire Dragon and Water Fairy, and we'll see you next month where we'll be talking about a brand new topic. So, bye guys!